Welcome back to the Selfie Strength Show. I'm your host, Coach D, Brian DeFibri, and we're live in the Lion's Cage as always. This is going to be the Shoulder Rehab episode 2.0. I want to bring you all up to date on my current shoulder rehab and my shoulder surgery. This video, we're going to add it to my current Arthroscopic Shoulder Rehab video series that's on my YouTube, which has been very popular. So this is 2.0. This is my third shoulder surgery, and I only have two shoulders. And so I haven't quite figured out the math on that one yet, but people say, Brian, slow down. And I say, I can't. I play hard. Nothing I can do about it. So I just got to keep building myself back up. So let me bring you up to date on this shoulder surgery, all right? This was due to an injury. The one I had on my left arm 3 years ago, that was not really an injury per se. It was more of a cumulative problem. This one, I actually injured it specifically, twice actually. I'll explain that and go into that on another episode. That's a whole nother story in itself. But here's what we had to do with this shoulder. I read the operation report. This one was a lot worse than the left. Complete rotator cuff tear on the shoulder, the supraspinatus muscle, complete tear. Grade 2 or grade 3 slap tear, labrum damage. I saw both grade 2 and grade 3 on different reports. So in any case, it was bad. With that, what my doctor had to do was cut the bicep tendon and reattach it. The supraspinatus muscle had to be reattached. That got drilled back into my arm bone, the humerus. All that being said, this was a worse injury, much more involved surgery. Now I'm in my rehab. Now I'm in my PT. By the end of this week, this coming Friday, today's the 18th of October. Surgery was August 19th. So I'm 2 months out. I'll be at 9 weeks at the end of this week. I've been doing PT now. I'm starting my 4th week of PT. Now, my first 2 weeks of PT, all I could do was self-range of motion until I got into a PT clinic. Self-range of motion is basically pendulums, arm swings, and pulleys up and down. Now you can see I've got a lot more movement in my arm here than the last time you saw me. I had my arm in a sling. I know for a fact because I took pictures, and I'm going to attach pictures here at the end of this. My range of motion is much further along now at this point than I was 3 years ago on my left shoulder. However, my strength is a bit behind. Right now, I can lift about that far, and that starts to get hard. I could push it harder, but you don't want to see me go through that. I make some pretty ugly faces, and it's pretty painful. But my range of motion is much further along. All my movements are down here, and I just got to build on that. Let me talk about the pain for a minute. It hurts, all right? I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie about this, and it hurts. The rehab, the PT, it hurts. It's very painful. But it's a different kind of pain than when I had the injury. The intensity can be the same at times. When my PT is cranking my shoulder back for range of motion, it hurts and it aches hard afterwards. But it's a different quality of pain than the injury. And I haven't really been able to describe it in detail. Just know that the intensity can be the same, but it's a different quality of pain. And it's very different, but the same. So that's about as clear as mud, right? Let me talk about what I'm doing here for rehab. The first 2 weeks, all I could do was pendulum swings and pulleys up and down for range of motion, self range of motion. Then we started with the stick range of motion, assisted or active assisted. Well, it wasn't even active yet. It's still assisted. I did that for a week. Now that I'm in this next week of PT, I'm doing active range of motion, but gravity minimized or gravity eliminated, meaning I'm flat on my back and I'm taking my arm up through range of motion with little to no gravity. And I'm making progress really good with that. The strength is coming along. It's just a little bit behind. And I've got a couple things now that I'm doing a little bit different, a little tweaks of my own that I've added since 3 years ago when I had the left one done. I've picked up a few ideas, and I've also come up with some ideas of my own that, okay, gotta love the selfie cam. The phone rings and it shuts off the video. Anyway, as I was saying, I've picked up a few tweaks of my own that I'm starting to do that I think are gonna progress me along faster. I know they will. I just need to see how it comes along before I can talk about it and show you what I'm doing, okay? So now I'm getting stuff on my screen. Dang it. Go away. Okay, I'm back. I'm still here dealing with the technical glitches that come with the selfie cam. Now I've totally lost my train of thought. Gosh, to kind of give you an idea as to what I can and can't do, I cannot hold this selfie stick, this selfie cam with my right arm. I don't have the strength. It's very painful, but I can move around here like this. I'm feeling it, but the strength is improving and getting better every few days and week by week. The way I see this going forward from here now is the strength is starting out slow, and I think that, you know, it's going to follow kind of a slow curve, and then it's going to start to increase faster as we go along. That's how it was on my left arm, and that's what I expect to happen here. I'm already seeing some of that already, but you know, I can't hold a cup of coffee. You know, I can bring it like right here, but it's kind of uncomfortable to take a drink. And so we're gonna see that moving forward. I am continuing to do my own workouts to keep myself active and busy, but you know, it's not nearly enough. I do some walking, I pull the tire, you know, so I am getting some. And I admit I could do more, you know. We all could do more. But one thing I am doing is I'm doing 500 squats, not every day, but most days. I'll go a few days in a row, then I'll take a day or two off. But I'm doing 500 bodyweight squats, and that feels good, and that keeps me moving. And I'm doing training, you know, exercise for my left arm here and my core, and so, you know, it's all good. But like I said, we could always do more, right? I'll admit that. But I'm keeping busy, and like I always say, you have to train around an injury. You have to keep yourself moving, keep yourself busy at all times. That movement and that exercise and that training actually helps the injury heal faster. All right. I want to cut this off before I get any more interruptions on the selfie cam here, but I'll be back with more updates as my PT progresses and improves. It's going to be a few more weeks, I know, before I can even lift a 1 pound weight. So I've got a ways to go. This is a long-term thing, but you got to do what you got to do, right? The end result will be worth it. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Thanks for watching. Send me a message to ask me any questions or comments, or email me, whatever you like. I appreciate the feedback, and I thank you for watching, all right? I'm Brian DeFebre, Coach D, signing off from the Lion's Cage. Later.